Hello there, most welcome to the frequency of September 2016 and most welcome to this energy update, upgrade and forward movement that is all in the air for those who do not want to tap any longer in the density of consciousness or the debris that comes with ego and the soul. And so it is quite obvious I will not tap into the Mercury retrograde or anything of that device because it's all contained within the astral planes of existence. And so the air that you breathe, is highly recommended on a level of divine will versus free will. Free will keeps on getting you down on every angle, being exhausted all of the time, having no air in your lungs and certainly not in the brains. So what is playing out right now for those who are not aligned to the breath of light or the breath to their source, the breath of the ethers, the breath of supreme light, eternal, which comes through the line of divinity and the eye of divinity opening up massively beyond the astral planes. What it means is if you cannot breathe the purity of fresh air into your lungs, what you breathe is massive diseases upon diseases upon diseases. So here, September is really a big call upon your health, taking care of your health and moving yourself into the flow of the breath of light that comes through the grids only. Without a crystalline grid, nothing will come through, and people will really fracture themselves more and more and more with each breath they take. How come? Well, here is what my channel is bringing through is that the cells in a human body, they divide, they get into the division all of the time. And with the purifying of Earth through the crystalline grids in the body and all over Earth planet now, it has become unacceptable to still breathe what doesn't match a body that is willing to ascend from its own density or creating your body of light. And so what happens with the health department and the division in your cellular structure is that the cells with the crystalline grid start dividing, let's say, quicker and quicker. What happens with that is medication cannot catch up with the quickening of division in your cellular structure, so it has no say any longer. And this is what people are witnessing right now. If you can't take any medication for any ailment in the body any longer, then that leaves you to breathing in your own light medication through what? Through meditation. And that comes through the breath of light, through the crystalline grids, through your light body, as is required today. So what is playing out massively here is people digging into Mercury, the eclipses and the incoming eclipse, the lunar eclipse coming down, is that it expects you to really take care of your health first and dismiss anything that is crappy foods. So here even vegetarians are being asked to move into the vibration of a vegan diet, because anything that will come from an animal production line will kill the body over and over and over. It was never designed to be, and it will never be. As moving into Ascension with Earth, Earth is moving all the way into the 6th dimension as of last year already. And so light beings that really have created their beam of light all the way through, that moves through the core of the Earth, all the way around Earth, and creating with themes of light and their energy field that matches our energy field, which is the Makiva, or the I Am Presence, with all the 12 universes merging together today, is being termed the body of beauty from now on. And that comes through the capstone of creation and being taught through my seminars and my online, should you be willing to move into your divine will realms of light and moving completely out of the disease of Earth. The options are still running for the month of September. From then on, I will start upgrading and upgrading and upgrading all the courses into the upgrades that are being required through Spirit, and we are moving 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th dimension right now. And that is quite a feat. And I don't know, for those who have been following me on social media, I had quite some experience with the dragonfly, and there was a reason for it, to move into the magical planes of existence where, let's say, magical manifestations happen on the spot, not within 2 or 3 years or within half a year, on the spot. And from there on, I have been brought into many realms and many phases of study, actually. And to my surprise, but it is not actually that big a surprise, they brought me into the fields of Avalon. Many people do know that word Avalon, but what it truly means has been cut down so much on Earth as any information, actually. And it starts off in the ethers, actually, and it opens the lavender cities on Earth, and also will be part of restructuring Earth on a very high level of health, coming through your food, coming through the herbs, coming through many, many elements. So the elements are going to be extremely important. And here, my message today for September, the only thing I can tell you is choose light Earth or the debris and the density of the air that is running rampant on Earth. And that difference is huge, huge, really huge. So here, if you breathe in, and you can breathe in for a few minutes, you are in light Earth breathing. If you breathe in and it finishes off, you are breathing density all the time. What I hear right now, like my channel, triple channels, many, many, many entities and themes of light at the same time. So it's the reason why I talk very quick at times. But okay, it's part of my joy to bring this into creation. And so here, one thing is, when not moving into the breath of light, what happens is the cellular structure will divide and divide quicker and quicker. So, and reason for a lot of negativity or density moving into your cellular structure, and the only output here would be impatience, getting into the gathering of angers versus the purity and how it is intended by your source. And another reason for that is also that source is moving on the planet right now. And spirit. What is spirit? Spirit is your breath, the air that you breathe and that keeps you alive, right? Without the air, you die, okay? And so that is also the element, the component, that composition on many different levels in many different realms, that will really assist you to get into the helium, get into the oxygen, get into the hydration that the spiritual body requires. And so the air, the purity of air will be so important as to lift you into the flow of who you truly are. Because being authentic means that you get into your authentic energy field first, right? Which is your Makiva being built around the body. I'll show you a picture at the end of this video. And moving and aligning with that energy field all along with the same energy field and teams of light will get you into the realms of massive, massive information coming through in the month of September. On the other side, so here when moving into light consciousness and having a good observation at what Earth consciousness is telling us is really take your time right now through the month of December to make that decision to move from free will into full-time divine will, which is easy, really easy to do. There is easy alignments that I have to offer you, or you get your alignment through your source self if you can do that, and channel your own information, because everybody can do that. Everything on the planet is readily available, so nobody should be stuck into anything. Anything that is stuck will be ego and not being in the flow. So if you have many projects waiting to come into manifestation, this is really the month to do it. Get over that witch, get over that rainbow witch. You know that song, somewhere over the rainbow, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's many witches, and the return into that is becoming very easy once you get your direct connect to your source and moving into divine will with your spiritual body and the crystalline grids that will assist massively. You cannot expect possibly the elements to work with you when not hosting a crystalline grid in the body and around the body and into your energy field, because that is the way of creation. Everything has been created through the grids, through tracks of light, through the meridian system around Earth, in Earth, matching the meridians in your body. How can you understand this? Only by the expertise, experiencing it, and becoming the medication through meditation. So this is largely misunderstood as well, because, you know, it's not just meditating and doing something in the morning and at night before you get to bed. It's really becoming full-time spirit consciousness, and that demands a lot of work orders. It means you do your practices like 24/7 and get the results and immediately, and that is how creation will move through. I see a lot of people struggling right now because wanting to move into the light business and still creeping around with Earth consciousness that has nowhere to go, and so repeating the same old stuff all the time that doesn't have a highway to move, and certainly not being in the flow. So with the breath of light, you can move almost into anything, get your own information down, become the original creator self as has been intended by your spirit and your source self. So strengthening your direct connect with your source in the glandular system, knowing how to do it, or channeling your own information, or getting the alignments through my onlines, they are massive. Get you really into the realms of light in no time. And this is a big call to humanity to really step out of the nonsense of this earth plane, what we will see happening, like when moving into the hood and anywhere at your workplace, is people going nuts or real crazy all the time, screaming out their own density, yet refusing their direct alignment into free will, out of the free will, and getting to their source. And all that technology that comes with it is not that difficult to do. It is only your free will that stands in the way to listening to who you truly are. And that has many, many beautiful highways as we are moving into the body of beauty, the true I am that we are, with so many different levels of consciousness. What we'll see playing out as well is that the vocal cords are completely off, meaning people will start putting an empty consciousness onto Earth. Consciousness that doesn't say anything anymore. It's going to be weird. And so here the message is to really stand strong in your alignment, claim your alignment back to your source, and especially your health through the breath of light. I'll be aligning that breath of light to the online, which is the capstone of creation, because that is the brain expansion that comes really true. Even though if you would never choose to really trigger and pull in and work with the light body that equals the other side of midnight, that is an extreme important alignment, and especially for people who are living at these times in very, very dense areas on the planet. They are complaining they have such a difficult time getting out of it. The complaint is also, again, ego. All they need is their brain expansion, get their alignment to their source and really move to it. Stand strong, do not allow any density in your energy field, and quickly balance out, should you know how to do that. On the other side is people still wanting to feed in somebody else's consciousness without paying for it. If you can't do it yourself, which most of the time is like laziness is ego consciousness, extreme laziness, and being tired through the laziness, being tired from the fear. So once you get out of the fear and the laziness, there's plenty of things you can do. Is first of all, upgrade your food department, get into your health department, and stop the excuse monsters. The excuse is number one on earth for not moving forward into divine will full time, breathing light, and never get into any disease, any exhaustion, any pains ever. Because the difference between a body on earth and a body in light earth, or a light body, is a light body doesn't feel the weight any longer, doesn't have any hassle anymore, doesn't have any problems. It means you move into freedom full time. And when you still keep on living without breathing light into your lungs and getting that energy field really moving through, like when I breathe light, I breathe in, take it in my lungs, and at the time I breathe in, I'm maybe at least 1 mile further out in energy. And when I breathe out, that is the exactitude of attraction from people you get into your energy field. And so success, creation, and manifestation on every level. And that has been cut down so much as well, because you can't expect, when eating crappy food and breathing the density of earth, that you can attract a high level of energy and create and manifest on the spot. Because if you keep on eating crappy food, then the body becomes crappy, and so the energy you attract becomes crappy as well. So every input will have its equal output, and this is a big call for humanity to really move out of your excuses, get into your fitness level, get into the food department, because there is so many real, knowledgeable and intelligent people who know about the food department, who know and still are craving excuses to eat food that keeps them down on every level. There is so much information on the internet about health food, healthy foods and all that. So, but the easiest way to get into that is, of course, your alignment. Getting your alignment through a light body and breathing light through and taking responsibility to getting everything that cuts you down out of the body, such as the fear syndromes, the manipulation, your own control system, and any disease very quickly at these times, means you will start really diminishing, like putting a halt to crappy foods, because your body will not be able to digest it any longer. Another excuse level is people screaming for help while everything is available. And it's about time everybody took responsibility and do the work themselves. Nobody can do or breathe your health into your body. You have to do it yourself. And that takes work orders. And that will get you in your authentic self, and that will bring you into the creator self as an Atlantean being. So here, another thing that is great, what will play out, is I work a lot, I give a lot of support to youth, because they're worth it, and they are very bold, and they want the hard talk. I mean 10 times harder than this video, because this is soft talk, really soft talk. Spirit coming on earth and moving on earth through the breathing system and our sources means the density, there will be put a hold on the density and your own density, of course. So those who already moved into their 100% lighter beam of light and moving massively with the crystalline grids are being required to assist people to transition on the other side. A lot will be seen in the hood in your community, and people will require that assistance when they cannot hold any longer through their own density. And so the same goes with cancer, the same goes with AIDS. It is only excuse levels to move out of that paradigm and choose your direct connect, because there is no source in existence that would ever want you to creep into the breed. That is a creation of mankind. That is a creation through the religious parlor. I mean, can you even imagine many religions and telling people, like, if you don't go in that particular religion, you'll go to hell or something like it? I mean, so much crap, and people still feed themselves with that crap. That is how off your brains are. And I'd wish to say your thinking patterns. All you need to do is to rethink and start thinking your essence out of the crap. Start thinking how you can move into balance, how you can move into fitness levels and prove the body of light into ascension all the way. We all descended, and we are all responsible for the crap on the planet. So many are talking and giving talks about the gathering every day and everything. but they don't have a single key what it truly means. It means you work 24/7 for spirit, for source on the planet. You get what you get in meditation out there in the hood, and you plant it through what? Through your breath. You purify the hood through your breath, your energy field, and of course the crystalline grids expanding massively because they talk through you. And so there is still so much going on in dependency. It seems to be people want to be dependent on each other, and that is no mastery at all. That keeps you in the limitation at a high level. And so the guru syndrome goes on and sings its own song, getting into a nowhere land of more anger, more debris, more frustrations, more irritations. And this is certainly not the way Spirit wants it. Spirit wants us to cooperate with each other and to step into what is being required to our individual assignments. And they are many, 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 because many, many blueprints are steaming and streaming into the air for those who want ears. Again, free will or divine will, excuse level or taking responsibility. That's all what it is about. So think about the air that you breathe, even, you know, like for more than 50, 60, 70 years or longer, the term Reiki came onto the planet to give people something alternative. And so that doesn't move into the bridges of light or moving into your health or anything, because it has that missing component, the breath of light. It doesn't breathe the breath of light, and so cuts the body down, and also keeping you in the dependency of the guru syndrome. And that is really sad to witness. Well, the month of September has so many gifts to give you. So here it's the last call from Source to get yourself over the hill into the light realms at all time, through your light vehicle, through your breathing system at least, and your energy field will get into new assignments as immediately. And then when you get into that respect, it is incredible what you'll be able to manifest through the month of September. So this is the reason why I have this turbo course Flawless Victory, in which you have, let's say, just about everything that came through as information for the past 15 years put together for you to quickly move into the light, beyond any excuse level, beyond any disease on earth, beyond any dependency, moving into the mastery. Because I've experienced many clients also claiming, I would get their body disease free. I can do a lot of things. I can get the breathing system into your body, but I cannot breathe it for you for 1,000,000 years, right? You need to do it yourself after that. So the missing component, what people miss out here, is they do not understand that they need to work for something. And so many people are being put back into kindergarten, really, with spirit, while you can move into your mastery immediately. It is the same like a newborn child. You are really not going to feed that entity with fries and steaks, are you? Because it would kill that body immediately, right? Or it would get suffocated from so much food it wouldn't be able to digest it. So this is exactly what you are asking from me. Give me the whole damn stuff. and then not knowing what to do with it. You need the step-by-step integration into the light realms and get the understanding yourself. Through whom? Through your source. Through your source, your spirit body that will move very fast into the body. And that is also seen when people are transitioning on the other side. What cuts off the last is the breath, right? The breath keeps you alive. And here the question is, will you move into the breath of light or keep on breathing crap? Because if you breathe crap that creeps into the electromagnetic system, then you'll become the crap. It's like I said, the cells will keep on dividing quicker and quicker, and there is no more medication for it. The only medication there is the breath of light, the breath of your source. And the crystalline grids, which is an easy alignment to do for everybody, really, because whatever density you would encounter with the crazy people and the sociopaths going on, is you can quickly transmute it, and you just stand there and nothing can hit you any longer with the breath of source, the breath of light, and the crystalline grids in and around the body. And that is a simple alignment I give through the grids, actually, in which you already go into your divine will alignment as well. And they are all recorded, so how easy can it get? You only repeat what I say and you are there in no time, integrated, and you have a complete changeover in 1 month's time. And then there is a big rush of energy coming through from September to December. So don't count on it that it will get easier. It will get easier for those who are getting into their light earth beam, light consciousness, waiting from that and getting into their original self. So that course will be on as well, the authentic self and the capstone of creation. And even, you know, that toolkit to bring creation into manifestation, like on the spot, really. And then you move yourself out of it really quickly. Some people have been doing the flawless victory, and thank you so much for the feedback I'm getting through my email. Like, they have changed so much, even in 1 month time. And some have completely changed their lives, which is quite a natural. I'm working with spirit and source, so thank you so much for your feedback and your communication. I love communication because it's the age of communication. So here people are a lot feeding themselves in the month of September with anything that is going on to Virgo. Virgo is only your lavender way, your descendant way. So what it's doing with you in the month of September is kicking your asses. Kicking it like what you got through the descent, get it up in your ascension, which is the beauty, the realms of what we have all forgotten for such a long time. Avalon. The lavender fields of Avalon, they are in the etheric, and they require the breath of the ethers. And that is such a wonderful place to be. So I could go on and on and on with my experience with my dragonfly, like she's with me all of the time right now. Okay, I don't know how she found me, because my experience was about maybe 300 miles from my home place, but she found me. And so we are going into the Avalon places and more working with the elements, because people will need all of the elements. Here I'm only suggesting, please get into the breath of light and your direct connect to your source, should you not want to do a bigger online and have everything you need in it. That is okay. You'll get your alignment to your source, and you can work on that as well very deeply, because here talking about the element air, we'll get all of the other elements in, like I got that dragonfly, and they will bring you into the information, massive information that goes with the lavender plains, or what is coming through the Virgo essence in September is really get you to the bottom line of everything that was lagging around your place and coming into, needs to come into manifestation actually. So it can be very interesting for you to move through it. And at the end of the month, we will have a big energy rush to triplicate manifestation. So, and there is another energy moving through for those moving into the beams of light instantly with the Makiva, the body of light. Look at the design I'm giving at the end of the video, meaning the energies will be flowing and rushing through like wild to get people into their ascension, or more in the descension if you would not be willing to live spirit full time and keep on crawling in the disease of earth and being tired all the time. Nobody will lift you out of it. It's up to you, because you are the creator self in free will or divine will. Divine will means you get help 100% 24/7. Free will means the curtains are being cut. Reason for that is that the veil between the sixth dimension we already are moving in, and the other side of midnight is that thin. So, and when moving into your freedom full time, for those who choose to do so, there is going to be massive manifestations moving through and helping move any business on earth into lighter business. So no more density allowed. And reason why people are struggling with keeping their businesses upright, because, you know, if there is control and manipulation, it will not work. And so all my channels from January until now in September are playing out real wild, and for those who listened and did their work and came into a higher level of respect with spirit will move out of any addiction as well, because breathing light moves out the addiction. You cannot have crap in the body and breathe light at the same time. That is impossible. So all I hear is right now is, why don't you all finally get to work with a team of light or any entity you might be attracted to? What is the problem? The problem is fear. There is nothing to fear. It's all in the open. And so keep strong. Get into the ley lines of strength. Ask your direct connect how to get in strength. Also, that is also channeled. So another thing that comes through is, why would you want anything for free? Anything for free doesn't have any value, because people giving things for free, they didn't work for it. That is quite obviously. If you go to work, you would want to get paid, right? So do I. So here, massive work, more than 20 years of work is coming through my own lines, and I will not allow any longer people asking me to give them for free. I'll cut my prices. My prices are very low down and very, very fair, channeled down through spirit and source. So here, my launching courses will stay there until September, the end of September, and then they will upgrade. When they upgrade, it means I get more and more information on every online. And of course, that means I need to pull or give you the upgrade and information. Like that means I maybe need to channel for a few more days to get you with that information. If I have the capstone of creation, which is the most important online, even if you don't have a light body, And I'm getting here the breath of light in and all that technology, which is really easy because all you need to do is breathe it through, integrate it through your breath. You have gotten the breath, otherwise you die, right? So that may take me a few days to get that down. It's quite obvious. I need to get paid for that. Because my source requires a body, or demands a body that is full-time light frequencies and upgrades like daily. I cannot allow myself to go down in low consciousness and feed myself with that consciousness, because that would break me. And I must admit, yes.